Alright, I'm going to try to take you through a little bit of solving equations, which is a really important skill. So we have a couple of equations here. These are the sorts of things you would find yourself solving. Maybe it looks like a ratio, or a slightly less complicated ratio. But these are the sort of things that we want to be able to do. So let's take a look at the general idea. So we're going to try to solve for whatever the variable is, and the basic tools that we use is to undo, tools are, I should say, are to undo what's been done. So if you see addition, we're going to use subtraction. If you see multiplication, we're going to use division. And we're going to try to always keep things balanced as we do that. So that's the basic premise. And here's our first example. So we see that we have 3x plus 2 equals 5. And what I'm going to do here is I see addition, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So I want to try to isolate the variable. So right now the variable kind of expression is 3x. So I have to get that by itself. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And that leaves me with 3x equals 3. So now I have multiplication that I need to undo. So I will divide both sides by 3. And that gives me x equals 1. Now what I always want to do is after solving for x, I want to check my answer. So to check, what I do is substitute back in the 1 and simplify. And you can see that it checks. So that's good. Let's take a look at another example. So that'll be 7x plus 5 equals 2x minus 9. So now what I need to do is I need to get all the x's on one side, all the constants on the other side, and then I'll solve. So let's see what we can do first. So first thing, I am going to subtract 5 from both sides. So here we go. I end up with 7x equals 2x minus 14. Something that's really important at this point is what we have here is we're subtracting 5 and it cancels here. I'm not subtracting 5 from everything. And then what I have here is I'm going to subtract 5 here as well. Okay, so it's not from everything. It's, there's only 1 5 to be subtracted on each side. It's a huge mistake that a lot of people make. And now I need to get all the x's on one side, so I'm subtracting 2x from both sides. And dividing through. And I get x equals negative 14 fifths. I don't know if you noticed the way I wrote 14 there. A little dyslexic. Sometimes that happens. But if you're also dyslexic, make sure you go back and fill in that 1 on the 14. So a new example. That just flying through here. Actually, this is not a new example. Let me jump here. I need to check this. So let's see. So to check, what I'm going to do is substitute in. Now I have 2 sides that I need to substitute in for. So I'm substituting in just on the left side. Common denominator, multiplying, and adding. So this is why you got to be good at fractions. And then I'm going to check the right-hand side. And you can kind of watch that happen. So multiply it out, common denominator, and combine. So it checks. And that's good. Alright, so those are a couple of examples, and I'll be back in another video to do a couple more examples. So I hope this was helpful so far.